Okay guys, welcome to Revved Up with Mike. Today we're going to take this Buell XB9R and we're going to swap out some plug wires. It is due for some plug wires. I did plugs on it, but I didn't have the proper wires at the time, so we do have them now. And we're going to get into this, and I'm going to have to give this a bath today too sometime, but show you guys how really easy it is to change plug wires and plugs in this. We're not going to do the plugs today, but it's not hard as long as you have an extension and a swivel. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the proper tools and start taking this apart. Stay right there. So you're going to need yourself a T27, I believe it is. Yes, T27 Torx bit. We'll remove these bolts here. Simple and easy. Don't slip. You don't want to gouge nothing. Now this particular bike has been repainted, so we especially don't want to gouge anything. Usually these bikes are, well, they're a solid molded color. This is an exception to that rule. The other bikes you can actually wet sand and buff out and make shiny again, but you scratch this one, well, you're back to the pretty much the plastic color that's underneath, and we don't want to do that. And this color underneath was originally blue, and the bike was like a red, white, and blue color originally. At least that's what the previous owner told me. We're going to do this. We have to remove the seat also, and just simply unscrew these screws. That is it. You take the seat, pick it up, pull it back, and it pulls right off. There you go. Battery is here. I put a little protection here, give it a little cushion in between. And then once again, here on each side, we have the T27 Torx bit. I'm going to need that. And I just loosen them real quick. And I simply use the tool to unscrew them. Sit your torque to the side. Don't lose them. Don't mix them up. They're different lengths. Then we take our cover and we simply lift it off. That simple. And now, if anything's filthy in here, is a good time to clean it. I keep this bike very, very clean, so it's not going to need much cleaning. So we're going to just disconnect our air vent here. Then you're going to have these tabs, 2 on each side. We even had 1 up front. There we go. 2 up front, actually. There we are. I'm very careful. I don't want to break my tabs, so take your time. It should fit snugly, especially if you got a new air filter in it like we do. So we have a brand new oiled K&N in here, and everything is looking clean and good. We're going to set that to the side. We're going to use our Torx bit. Again, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And this is where you're going to start wanting to be a little more careful and paying attention. Because we don't want to mess up any rubber seals. And what I suggest you do is take a rag, a clean rag, put it right in there so you don't drop anything down into your throttle body. And if you look down, you'll see just how big your air induction system is right here. It's huge. You can fit your whole... I got big hands and it still fits down in there. These air boxes, these motors require a lot of air because the valve train was developed by, believe it or not, NASCAR. And when they developed these valve trains, they needed a lot of air, which is why the fuel is in the frame instead of in an actual fuel tank. So there we are. So what we're going to do now, so we have a rubber gasket that is around here, and this is holding everything in place. So we're just going to hold it down. We don't want to put any pressure on it, pulling it up, because it does connect to the throttle body, and that'll just slip out. And then you have these 2 hoses here. And just take your time, get under there, take your time, and work them out slowly. They'll pop right out. And then you have a sensor right here. Flip this off, you'll see you have a sensor right here. Be very careful, but you're going to have to disconnect. Boom, disconnect that there, and your plate's gone. Good time to clean this up is right now. And this is where we're going to get to our plug wires. Okay, so this is our coil right here. And I hope you can see that. This is our coil, and we have a wire here and a wire here. Now, if you put these together properly, you should have some dielectric grease on there, at least some grease on the boots, so they pop off pretty easily. So let me Sometimes they're hard to get off with your fingers, so what I like to do is just take a screwdriver, push back, There we are, and that pops right off of there. And this is going down to our plug. Now our plug is up in here, a little more difficult to get to, but it's right here. You can get to it, and you kind of gotta look down in there to see it. Don't let it frustrate you. I'm going to try to give you an angle here if we can get some light. But this is our plug, and our wire is very short. That's right. If you can see my finger in here, it's right here. So a lot of times we can just give this a little pull up, a little wiggle, and they'll pop off. In this case, it's a little too tight. And I got a little tool I get in here with, and I get under the plug wire and I pull it out. There we go. And there is our first plug wire, and that is it. And this is original OEM Harley-Davidson by the looks of it. So I have had these off before when I got the bike, and I'm not putting OEM back on. And let's grab our new wires. These are purchased off of Amazon. These are 10.5 mil. Brand new, shiny red. We'll put our old wires in the box just in case we ever need them in an emergency. Now, you don't want to just simply slip these on, by the way. What you're going to want to do, and these are that should be pretty much the same. Yeah, they are. What you're going to want to do with these is put some dielectric grease on them. So here's this. I'm going to put a little dielectric grease in the boot, honestly, to kind of work it around, and then some on the tip itself. And this makes it so it doesn't, it actually comes with some in it, I see already, but this makes it so it doesn't stick on your boot when you need to remove these again. So first thing I'm going to do, we're going to do this one last to the coil. We're going to run this down kind of in there. It's hard to see in this light, but we're going to pop it on the plug and push down until we hear an audible click. And these should be stiff, so they shouldn't collapse on you. There we go. There's our audible click. Very good. And now we can take this and attach this into our coil. Be patient and don't force anything. Audible click. Boom. Pop the boot right off there. Came right off the coil. Okay, so now for the front plug, we got it off the coil. There is an extra step we have to do here, but it's actually an easier plug to get to. But we do have to remove this air intake right here, which is pretty simple. You get in here and you have another couple of T27s, and then we have one that is going to be right here, and that'll be the last one. You don't mix these up either. In my case, they're different lengths. Their results may vary. This is literally just a few minute job. And you see the motor's totally exposed. Here is your idle adjustment. Off the plug. And there's our plug wire. Simple. Boom. Now, same thing. We're going to put this on the coil first. And the reason we put it on the coil first is so we can direct it with minimal bends down to the bottom. There we go. Audible click. Boom. You can hear it. You'll feel it. Step. Then we're going to reach in so I can see it. And I'm going to take the plug wire. And I know it's hard for you to see, but I can see it clearly and get to it easily. And we're going to push down until we get another audible click. And that's it. Audible click. We need to be careful. The most important part is being careful when we put this back together. Okay? If you want to clean up in here, now is the time to do it. This is pretty clean, so we're not going to worry about it. So first off, make sure, I'm going to take this rag again, make sure this is clean. If you got big particles, don't put this back in your throttle body hole, but just give it a wipe off, give it a clean. Compressed air works wonders if you got compressed air. This one's actually still very, very clean from the last service. So I'm going to make sure I have nothing on the rag. do that. Now, the other times you can remove this, but I think I'm just gonna stick it up out of the way if I can. There we are. So this is a little tricky, but not. So let me explain. So what we have to do is we're going to with exact reverse procedure, plug in our air sensor, and these are going to go right back. These crisscross, just so you know. So one goes here, one goes here. They're not like this, but crisscross. So this will go in here. And you don't have to put it way up in right now. So, you know, but we're going to crisscross it and just start them. Okay. Then we're going to run it down, pop it over our first one. There, looks simple, right? Now we got this big one to worry about. We don't have to worry about not dropping anything in there anymore, so we can take this off. But we have to start this, but we want to hold this down. What I like to do is take a screwdriver, get under this lip. Don't pry up hard. Hold this down just enough to start this gently and pull up all of it, okay? And just start working it around here. And once it starts, you want to hold this down firmly. Once it starts, just take your finger while holding everything down and in place. And if both lips come up, don't worry about it. Let's see why in a second. So it can be a pain, yes. But you definitely, there we go. So the whole thing is up and the whole thing is popping over, and that's not a problem, so don't worry. Let's get it up. We just want all this there, okay? So we're not home free yet. So now what we're going to do is just push it down in, and this whole thing's going to pop right into place and fall right in. It'll follow right into the lip will follow itself right in. It's a little snug at the end here, but it'll follow itself right in there, and boom, and you put no unneeded stress pulling this up from the throttle body. So it's all in place right now. We'll put our bolts back in. And good, there we go. Everything is down nice. You don't want it to over tighten, just snug. Nothing's going nowheres. Hopefully you left it in the right orientation. You're simply going to put it back down where it was, and airbox cover just pops right back on. So you're going to sit it down and it should seat firmly, and you'll hear pops. There you go. It should lock in all the way around, which it is. Then we're going to run our vent back to where it goes, which is right there. Give this a wipe off if you need to. And we are together. So now we can actually start this bike. So let's see if it's going to run. Let's start her up, back together. Simple reverse procedure. Cold start. Let's see what we got. That's that. Let's get it all back together and take it for a test ride. Now it looks like it's going to rain. I'm running out of time, but let's check these plug wires out, and hopefully this microphone's working. I hope, anyhow. I really do. We got it. We're mounted to my windscreen today. That's where we mounted the camera today. I was going to mount it out the back, but too much of a headache to do that with with the rain and everything. So let's just take it for a quick little jaunt here. We'll warm up and we'll get on it a little bit. Okay, shield is down and it's locked. Ooh, getting windy. Very windy. Ooh, very windy. So hopefully it's not killing my helmet sound. I'm using a +6 on this. And I'm using a direct wire right into the Insta360 camera. And I have a person in front of me who will not do the speed limit. So we'll see if the GPS is on today. It was like 10 miles an hour to the slow side the other day. So we'll see if it's a little better today. Hopefully it is. Oh, plug wires made a big difference, I can tell you already. Huge difference. Really low light conditions today, very overcast. And skies might look all right in the distance, but where I am, it's overcast. Yeah, I think I got either a scratch or a smudge on my lens. Let's see. Just a smudge, I guess. I don't have my mirrors up. Let's put my mirrors so I can see behind me, at least one of them. Here we are. Now I can see behind me at least. The sound's good. So I've been playing hell with this camera. I like the camera, but I don't like the camera at the same time. So hopefully I learned to love it. I think I got some things figured out. My computer all of a sudden today started, well, working better with the 360 application on it, my PC. So yeah, you might want to get out of the way there, buddy. There you go. So we'll have to see if that continues to edit quickly now. I was on the verge of buying a brand new MacBook Pro, but I didn't want to spend the $2,000. So I hope I don't have to. I'll just go up this little back road here, back around. So, guys, we're going to be having a giveaway on my other channel, Fulton Street Beats Guitar Review channel, but we are going to do that giveaway on this channel. That's right, because I'm going to use my pull from my other channel to get subs on this channel, because we need to get some subscribers on this channel. So the only way that is going to happen, and the only way that anybody can qualify, is to like and sub to this channel. We'll be doing that soon. Oh, it's so windy, guys. So windy. You see that cord flapping? She's a windy. We'll go into 5th gear. We're on Lewis County Route 13. And hopefully we can beat the rain and get this little ride in here. Cruising along pretty good, and I'm going to guess the GPS should be saying about 70. Should be. That's right. We got the new helmet icon, Warthog. I think it's an Airform. $100, guys. I paid for this helmet, brand new. Pretty insane, right? Hopefully, image stabilization's good. Man, it looks like this camera's wobbling all over the place in the viewfinder here, but I'm not sure what's going on there. A little bit of rain starting. We'll turn around up here and head back. Yeah, we're running into rain right now, so we're going to run out of that rain right now. And what we're going to do, we're going to turn this around, make sure there's nothing coming, because that would be my luck. Yeah, she's starting to come down, so let's pull the front wheel up. What do you say, guys? Let's, oh yeah. Woo! Starting to rain. Let's beat that rain. Yes, sir. is there, so they say, but is it really? Want to give a shout out to my subs. I appreciate you all. We have the GPS on my wrist here, as you can see. Very cool. And now we're coming back into Jefferson County. There we are. So I don't know if image stabilization is even on. I'm letting the camera do its thing. I'm learning it, guys. So bear with me. I'm learning it. Some things about the camera I absolutely do not like it not linking to my other helmet, my Bluetooth helmet. I don't like that. But I'm going to put a Bluetooth unit on this helmet, and we'll find a workaround somehow, other than this cord, which hopefully is still plugged in at least. This helmet is so damn nice though. It fits so good, and it's really good quality. It really is. I love this helmet. Got it on eBay from a seller on eBay, a closeout. Yeah, $100. Couldn't believe it. It's a true size too, but you got to understand, with these helmets like this, you want to buy them a little snug because they break in. A lot of people don't realize that. They break in. You might be a little uncomfortable at first, but you want it just a touch snug, and then it'll break in and be perfect for you. Oh, come on. I don't want to be in this rain, folks. I think they're turning. Yeah, so we're going to turn this way. This bike is pulling right now. It's pulling way harder than it was. Those plug wires made a difference. It's running a lot better than it was. And there's that. I was looking for the wife. I thought she was grocery shopping, and I don't see the vehicle, so maybe she's on her way home. Or maybe she went to, oh, she's grocery shopping in the city today. That's right. I forgot. At least we got a chance to take it around the block and see how it runs, right? It's running good. It's going to rain, but it's running really a lot smoother with those plug wires on it. I knew it would. I have a feeling those wires that were on there are original. They really do. Took it out for its first, since I had it, its first night ride last night. And that was fun, and I had the other helmet on, and that's got like Tron lights on the side of it. And boy, did it get the looks. And then I have those wheel stripes on this thing that really, the lights hit them, and they glow so bad. It's like crazy. Yeah. And it looked good. It looked good at night. Oh, the oil is in this thing too. This running Lucas in this now, and such a difference in the gearbox and everything. Just such a huge difference. One thing I did notice last night is my high beam adjustment is way out of whack. It is foobarred. I have to definitely adjust that. I put a new high beam in it, but I didn't realize that it was so far out of kilter. I didn't realize that. Now I realize it. Let's get this back to the house and put away where it's going to be clean. I don't ride my bike in the rain. This is a sharp one, but it's got dirt in the road, so you always have to be careful. And then we can turn it back here. Yeah, she's starting to rain. Tires are wet and cold. Yeah, I think we're just gonna make it so we don't get dumped on, because it's starting to come down. The road's getting slick. We're We're gonna make it with some sprinkles, hopefully. Gotta be careful because the ass end will kick right out on you. And all those fresh oils coming up with a new rain. Oh, it's so much more torquey. I love it. I love it. I think the ECU is learning the new. Of course, if you're running off, you got a little skip. Not enough to set off a code, but a little skip. And now the ECU is going. Oh, the skip's gone, and it's adjusting more. It's getting better and better. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, we're back home. Let's pull her in the old backyard. Up my makeshift board to go into the back, which is tricky. There we go. And we're gonna. There we are. So I'm gonna unplug this